When it comes to picking up trading card singles, there are many avenues you can go down. You go in person to things like local card stores or conventions, or you can buy them online from sites like eBay and TCGPlayer. In this video, I'll be showing you guys my thought process and walking through how I pick up cards off TCGPlayer to hopefully help you guys get the most bang for your buck. Hey, my name's Collections, I'm Sean and I collect things, and this is my channel where I talk about the Pokemon card hobby, give advice, and sometimes open packs. If this is the first video you're seeing from me, thank you so much for clicking on the video, it really means a lot, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you for the continued support. I'm trying to make a lot of content right now just to help you guys out because I know how crazy the whole Pokemon market is right now, so hopefully this type of content helps you guys out, and if you guys like it enough, you guys stick around. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at what my thought process is essentially. Alright, here we are on TCGPlayer's website. As you can see, it's laid out pretty simply for us. We have Prismatic Evolutions as this big banner right now because that's the hottest thing and the most expensive Pokemon cards, but we won't be taking a look at that because if you want to look at these articles, go ahead and search them up later. But I want to just talk about my process of buying cards. And so as you can see here, this isn't only for Pokemon, but TCGPlayer specializes in all card games because they allow card stores and people like me to essentially sell whatever duplicates or cards they're trying to move off. And it makes it very simple for everyone. And so you can see Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, they're all here. But today we're talking about Pokemon. Specifically, the card I'm looking for today is this Sudowoodo from Paldea Evolved, one of the few cards I'm still missing from Paldea Evolved, and I think it's a good demonstration of how I go through my process of picking up cards. So say we're starting with a card that we know we want, right? Sudowoodo from Paldea Evolved. How would we go about doing it? Step one is you essentially search for the card. And so we know in this case, Sudowoodo, hard to spell. We know its number, 219 out of 193, so we could directly search for Sudowoodo 219 out of 193, and TCGPlayer will take you to the correct page. This works very well for modern cards, not as well for, I think, the vintage cards, so Sudowoodo, actually it does work if you know the set, but it makes it a bit harder. But the other way you can search these things up is just search for the Pokemon you're looking for, go to Sudowoodo in Pokemon, and it will bring up every listing that includes Sudowoodo, right? And so very simply, you can find cards that you're looking for. As you can see, stuff that's really old like Aquapolis, all the way up to modern Pokemon like Sudowoodo from Paldea Evolved. And so we know the card, we found the card, great. So now what's next? The next thing I want to talk about is condition. For me personally, when it comes to picking up singles, I prefer to go for near mint cards. So I would search near mint, but if you're willing to get a little bit more of a damaged card, they might be a little bit cheaper. In this case, it's pretty similar just because near mint versus lightly played are pretty close, but as you can see, I've already added one to my cart just because I was doing some preparations for this video. For this card specifically, printing doesn't matter. We can click on it and we see it's only one. It's holo foil. But for cards that have like a normal card and a reverse holo, it would go under there essentially. And a foil or a reverse foil. And you can also change by language. This used to be a bigger deal, but TCGPlayer has actually recently introduced a whole section for Japanese cards. So ideally, cards like these wouldn't show up under the listing for English, just because Japanese cards are cheaper and it kind of skews the pricing, but we'll just ignore that for now. And so the way I like to do it personally, you're given two options. You can either search by item price only, and they take you from the the cheapest to the most expensive, or go price per shipping. So let's take a look at price per shipping. As you can see here, these are the listings. If you want to take the ones out with photos, which are usually the ones that are not in the correct language, go to this setting here, listing without photos. But as you can see, $12.45 shipping included. I actually added this to my cart already because I was doing some preparations. But there's also other options here. There's this symbol here for TCG Direct, which we can talk about later. But essentially, there's a lot of options, right? And it's up to you as a consumer to pick up whichever card you want from whatever seller you're looking for. The other option is to go for item price only, which doesn't include shipping. And as you can see here, shipping really does vary between different sellers. So that is something to keep in mind, essentially, when you're looking for cards to pick up. But since we've already added it to cart, let's take a look at what I would do next. So we have it in cart. We can go to this page here, which is the cart page in the top right. And as you can see, there are a couple of options here. Check out, obviously to check out, but the one I want to point out is optimize. And so this is what I enjoy about TCGPlayer. The feature is not the best, but it does help a lot in bringing down the price of your cart if there is a better option. And so as you can see, the important thing is to keep current printings because that's like the card you want. Not as important in Pokemon, but for some other card games like Magic where there are multiple printings for the exact same card, it does matter. And the other one is condition, just to make sure you get the condition you're looking for. Let's go optimize again, current printing and condition, and then we can take a look at TCGPlayer trying to optimize. And so here we see there are three options, direct, verified sellers, and any seller. Most people, if you want direct, it's essentially when you're purchasing a lot of cards, you do pay a bit of a premium, but there are a couple things that TCGPlayer does do for you. They send it all in one package. They double check the cards and everything. They always give you a guarantee on the condition and printing, so you don't have to worry about that. But there is some benefits with direct. I usually don't go with direct just because I don't mind getting a lot of packages and I enjoy getting all the mail all the time. But if you do want one big package, direct is a great option. The other one is verified seller. I don't find this option that important, that great to be honest, because any seller honestly does pretty much the same thing. Any seller allows you to buy from even smaller accounts that don't have as many sales versus verified sellers, which I think requires a certain number of sales to be as a part of that program. And so we can go to any seller, which is the one I use. We can see we can optimize it. In this case, it was already the optimized version, so we don't need to do anything else. But yeah, we have the one card in cart. We have the card we're looking for. That's great. But the way I like to do it, personally, just because if I'm already going to be paying shipping, I enjoy the idea of like deal hunting, right? And trying to find other cards I can pick up for the price. So I like to just look at the seller and see what they're listing. And as you can see, I haven't taken a look at their profile yet. There are a couple of cards that I do think stand out just because there are some cards I still need. Wiglet, for example. I believe this is one I still need, so let me take a look. Paldea Evolved. Nope. We gotta look at Paldean Fates. Where are you? Paldean Fates. And I believe Wiglet is still one I need. Wiglet. Yes, you see no check mark means I still need it, so awesome. We're already buying from the seller. I already have to pay shipping. Not a bad idea to just throw it in. But before I ever check out, I do make sure to re-optimize my card again, just in case there's a better price. And at which point, that's where you make the decision if you still want to pick it up, if it's going to be from a different seller as well. The other one is Sandaconda. A little bit of a derpy card. It's gone up a bit, but I'm not sure if I'm going to need another copy, so I might pass on that. But if I was looking to complete Fusion Strike, not a bad card to pick up, under $5, and you're already paying shipping because you're buying something from the seller anyways. Let's just do another quick look through. Is there anything else I feel like picking up? Obama Snow is nice. I already have that one. Let's see what else they got for sale here. Ooh, Graphii. Do I need Graphii? Let's see. Graphii. Don't need it. So, what I picked it up? No need to pick it up right now. That's pretty much... Yeah, and that's pretty much how like I go about figuring out what I need. Okay, and so that's pretty much how I go about picking up my TCGPlayer orders. As you can see, I have Sudowoodo and the Wiglet we added. Like I mentioned, I always like to optimize a secondary time just to make sure I am getting the best price possible. And in this case, looks like we are doing pretty well on the pricing. The other way I like to do things is if there are multiple sellers with relatively the same pricing. So we can take a look at price per shipping again. And you can see that Ricky's Funhouse is about the same because we paid $1 for shipping as this account Northwest Nerd. So what I like to do is actually compare and see what other cards the seller are selling, right? Because if there are other cards you want to pick up and you're already going to be purchasing, then it's a good idea to go with the seller that has the most things you need. Okay, so let's take a look at this account. There's a lot of cool stuff here. We see some Japanese. Let's filter on Pokemon because that's what we're looking for in this video. If it would work. Sometimes their filters are a little buggy. Okay, there we go. As you can see, it's everything from vintage to modern. We got Pikachu, we got Zapdos from base set, Shadowless. We got all sorts of stuff. Wobbuffet from Neo Discovery, pretty cool things. Is there anything I want from them? Let's go through their account. Let's see if there's anything cool, anything unique that I couldn't find in person. Essentially, that's like the way I think of it. Like that cast from, it was a throw in from another order I was doing just because, yeah, like if you're gonna see a card you like that you probably want to see in person, I don't see why not. Like this Heracross is super cool. I think if it was near mint, I'd be more interested, but model replays, yeah, I'll pass on it. You can also filter on like what type of cards you're looking for. In this case, I'm fine with looking at everything, but if you wanted to, say for example, only look at illustration rares, there's an option for that. Only for EXs and above, I think that would be the ultra rare version, right? And so there's a lot of ways to like filter things just to make your card purchasing experience just like really simple and to make sure that you get the most bang for your buck. You pick up cards that really appeal to you and just find things that are like hidden gems essentially is the way I like to think of it. This Gardevoir is pretty cool. I'm not sure if I need another copy because I did finish my Silver Tempest set. Let's see, is there anything I really want? In this case, oh actually, let's go back. The break cards are pretty cool. This Omastar is not a bad idea. I know it looks pretty stupid, but let's see. Maybe. That's a maybe, so we'll skip it for now though. So the last thing I want to show is like, say we have a lot of cards that we want to pick up. We know which cards we want. Then we can use optimization to sort of make it the simplest like way forward of just like picking up all the cards you need. So say Sudowoodo, Wiglet, yes, we both need those two. But let me go to Paldean Fates and let's just pick up a bunch of the ones that I'm missing. So Sneasel and Weavile. Let's just add 2 more to the card just to show my point. Sneasel from, as I said, the simplest way I think is to just use the card settings. So it doesn't matter what you're going to throw in just because we're going to optimize it anyway. And then Weavile from Pokemon. So let's see where he is. Right there. Then what I like to do, just throw it all into cart. We already have like 2 other listings, right? Just because we already knew we wanted Sudowoodo and we found that Wiglet earlier. But say, okay, I came in here with these 4 cards in my mind. Then go ahead and, as I've done here, you can select on conditions and printings to make sure they're from the same type. And it'll find you the best price possible. In this case, only $21.41. And you see that these 2 went to different sellers. TCG Ricky's Funhouse is still there. But yeah, it's pretty simple. It makes it really convenient. And then we can just go through that whole process again of trying to find some extra things to pick up. I'm not going to bore you with that. I'll cut to the end once I have everything. And we can go over essentially what I want to talk about and why I'm doing this video. Okay, so after filling out my card a little bit, this is essentially what I ended up with. I might throw out the Weavile just because I'm paying shipping for 1 card. So always remember, right, shipping is another thing you have to pay for. But if you pick up more cards, it makes the shipping cost per card a little bit lower, which is the way I like to think of it. This is another order here. Finneon is a card that I've been missing, and it's pretty cute. It's a promo card from the Lost Origins pre-release, so it's a pretty cool card. Sneasel, which is the one I showed earlier, and Xatu, and finally the Sudowoodo and Wiglet. So this is essentially probably what I'm going to pick up in this purchase. Let's just go ahead and remove that, which comes up to like $23 for 5 cards. Not the most effective in terms of like cards per dollar, but I guess it's because Sudowoodo is more expensive. If you're looking for like $1 EXs and stuff like that, you can stretch your dollar a lot more. But I think just taking the time to go through your cards, look at what you need, and having a list really does help to stretch your dollar like a long way, right? Because you know what you're looking for, you can optimize on that. It'll allow you to pick up more cards for the price you're willing to pay. So hopefully this video helped you guys out if you guys have either never bought from TCGPlayer or are looking into just picking up singles online, to help you understand my thought process and hopefully help you guys out in terms of, just stretching that dollar out. But if you like this type of content, please stick around. I'm trying to make content to help you guys out in collecting, just because I know how crazy it can be when you're first starting into the hobby, or even if you've been here for a while, just because of how the whole market is. If you guys haven't checked out my most recent videos, I'm actually doing 2 giveaways. One for a Cramorant illustration rare in my last mail video, and also one for the Pokemon Mini Tint from the newest Prismatic Evolution set in like 2 videos ago. And I'll make sure to link them out in the end card. But thank you again for watching the video. It really means a lot, like I mentioned in the intro. If you guys have any comments or things you guys want to see me do differently, let me know in the comments below, because I'm really happy to help make this content even better and to make sure that the content I put out for you guys is helping you guys collect. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.